Hello and welcome back. I am Allmrak. We put together the first live Super Blitz tournament for Through the Ages back in March. You can find videos of matches from that tournament here on the channel. Then we put together the next Super Blitz tournament in May. And this one again had 8 players competing, and it had me, Allmrak, and DJParson commentating. And we're going to be sharing videos from that tournament here on the channel. The first match we're going to watch is between returning champion deluks917 and khyung. Now, there's a very exciting finish, so stick around for that, and let's jump into it. So we have a great mix of people in this tournament. We have deluks917 is returning from the first tournament, and he was the winner. He's the champion. He's coming back to defend his title, and he was unknown before, and it turns out he's actually pretty good. PlayTTA does these rankings, or he does these tournaments, he organizes them, and then he calculated an ELO ranking, and Deluxe is in the top 10. He's ranked higher than me, and he's ranked higher than you, so he must be better than us.
Yeah, definitely. He's big surprise. I was really surprised that he was able to win. Yeah, both of those games. Both of them were really, really scrappy, but he shined in those moments, it seems. Also, it seems like chat is saying you should be a little bit louder.
Okay. Just me or both of us?
No, someone says I'm a little bit louder than you, and that you should be a little bit louder.
All right, I will turn myself up. Thank you for the feedback. That's helpful as we get everything situated here in the beginning. So the second player to call out is Raced. So most of us probably know Raced. If you've ever looked at the leaderboard in the app, you know him. He is the second highest, I guess, ranked player on the leaderboard of all time, behind only La Huang. So that's great. We've seen his videos in YouTube recently. He's been posting his matches. So I'm really excited to see him play. The deluxe match is going to get streamed here, but I think Raced is going to record his match as well, and we can share that afterwards. So that's very exciting. Then we have Hans returning from the first tournament as well. He is always fun to watch play. And then I don't know how to say some of these names, so I want to apologize, but khyung and Simaku, both are very experienced, and the like a bunch of letters together, MLHI Boo, Libu, maybe. He has a lot of experience, and we have some pretty new players. Meijo and Hunty are a little less experienced, so it's great to have them in here too, just representing all of the experience levels.
So, yeah, really awesome mix of newer and experienced players. Maybe these new players can show us again that they are maybe new but not weak by any means, and give us another big surprise. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful of Deluxe, but he wasn't one of my top picks for the last tournament. And so he has a lot of pressure on his shoulders now, I think.
Yes.
As defending champion. So I'm going to be really interested what he can show.
Me too. I'm very excited. I've been looking forward to this for a while. With that, I think we have the players ready. Are you ready? You ready to watch this?
I'm ready. Yeah, is chat ready? I hope. You guys should be ready for this first game. Deluxe against khyung. It's gonna be awesome. Khyung plays a lot of games. He's level 46, also one of the top players. Especially, he hasn't played for that long, so he pumped out a lot of games recently. Plays very aggressive early on, and I guess we're gonna see another trying Deluxe to stay afloat, not go under like in the last tournament.
Yep, that's right. Okay, so we're gonna give them the go ahead and get this thing started. They're just
chat is ready as well. Perfect. Yeah, just tell them to go.
Yep. Okay. They're now going. Let's see. Deluxe is first, so we'll go to him. Okay.
So maybe we get an overview. Maybe Deluxe is so kind and looks at all of the cards. Okay, he takes Rome Roads first. I mean, that's probably a good decision. with the row that he has. Probably the best card from the first row.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I would. I mean, I would have a friendly debate between Roman Roads and Colosseum. I think they're both really good. But Roman Roads probably is better. I think that's probably the case. But you can't, I guess, scoff at an extra military action from early on that lasts almost through the game. That's always really helpful too.
Yeah, I think they're very equal. It depends a lot on the other stuff. Like now, Deluxe gets Hammurabi, so that I would think Roman Roads are really, really strong. Khyung taking that. What leader did he take?
Moses is what.
Interesting. Khyung going for Moses. So yeah, Deluxe can take that Hammurabi, and with the Roman Roads, you need a lot of steps to build that, so that I really like. Can grab that urban growth as well. I think that is a really strong early game, strong combo with the Roman Roads and Hammurabi.
Yep.
Also, I was able to get a picture from Khyung's point of view, and we can see what leaders and wonders are in the game. If you're interested, I can share that with you. Sadly, worst news first. No PRs in the game. But we do have theme in project. So I like to go through them for the most important for me. You're going to see them at some point, I guess. But we do have Bill Gates. We have Nobel. We have the Transcontinental Railroad. So a lot of interesting stuff coming in the late game. And then Universitas, Joan of Arc. So we're going to see those leaders coming in while Deluxe is, really considering this turn, what he wants to do.
He definitely is. He went back and forth between Boudica and Hammurabi.
So what is Khyung's plan with Moses here? Oh, he's a very strong player, and seems like he doesn't have the English version, so we're gonna struggle a little bit with the yellow cards, I think. I mean, there is the background where you can see a little bit, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit harder than usual.
We'll just have to learn a new language real quick.
No problem. So yeah, pretty standard stuff from him, I think. Electing the leader, increasing population, building a mine, that's the usual standard stuff. And now Deluxe going, Engineering Genius for 3. He can't use that for the Roman Roads.
Wow.
But I mean, yeah, the first row is full of HA cards, HA yellow cards. Those aren't really those you would like to take. So maybe Engineering Genius this early still gonna pay off. Oh, and even more food from Khyung.
Oh, yep.
Or for Khyung. Decides not to go for that lab. Takes it back. And does he have Engineering Genius in hand?
Yes, he does.
Ingenio della Ingeniera.
Genius
like
engineering.
Genius. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we know Spanish now, I guess.
We do. We learned it quick.
But still can't finish the Colosseum this turn, so he wants to go for the Burn Circus instead. I mean, you get one happy face from the Colosseum, so I don't know if you need Burn Circus that much, but he decides to go for that anyway. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of population with Moses, so getting more happy faces is gonna be a problem at some point. So maybe Burn Circus can work nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Now Deluxe, he looks at his opponent a little bit. That is something you should always do, see what cards he has, what his possibilities are. So question, I guess, is does he play the Dark Ages? And he does. Okay. And what do we get from planning? Warfare, science, and religion. So let's go for religion immediately. I mean, I'm not so sure about that. Science, from development of science, can be quite strong.
Yeah, I have heard Deluxe say good things about development of religion. I mean,
okay,
they're both very good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's also Bach. That is something to consider. You
Mhm.
can upgrade that religion that you get for free with Bach. And yeah, and with the Rome roads, you get extra population. So having one in religion, he's not going to be missing in some other part.
Yeah, Khyung
So
is
Khyung
playing
playing
fast.
really, really fast. But he tends to do that in other games as well. So what does Deluxe take? Saladin? Yeah, I mean, Saladin is just an upgrade to Hammurabi.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely would agree with that. That is why you would stay with Hammurabi. And what does he build? Does he go for irrigation? I mean, alternatively, could take the drama, but there is no Marlene in the game, so drama doesn't feel that strong. But there's Bach, and Bach is also really, really strong with drama, so
Yeah.
something you could consider. Oh, patriotism instead.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I mean, I would think with Saladin, you're safe, so you shouldn't worry too much. But Khyung likes to play really, really aggressively. So, yeah. Okay, Khyung wants to go for that iron, upgrade that, and build another warrior, and can go for the legion. So you're putting those extra population to some use. I guess with the extra 2 food from the development of agriculture and Moses. Going for 3 warriors, no problem. You can increase population quite a few times next turn. But then at some point you run into issues because you're going to be at 2 food consumption, so you don't get any extra food. Then you have to find transition out of that so you get some more population out.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now Deluxe's turn. What is he going to do?
I mean, he has a lot of resource 8, so wonder that doesn't look bad. Problem is Forbidden City. Yeah, I don't like that as much, especially with Rome roads. You have extra yellow cube, and then you have that free religion, so you don't need the Forbidden City as much. And the Basilica on 3. Oh, you could do that. And with the fighting bands. Okay, it goes for that Peter's Basilica. Okay, goes up to 3 warriors as well, so next turn you can copy the tactic. I'm not sure if I would play the fighting band here, right? Or do you like that? I guess he needs it to be stronger.
Yeah, I mean, he could be worried about the strength events. I mean, because Khyung has been so aggressive.
Oh, and even more food for these guys.
Yeah.
Wow, Kang likes to play so fast. So he takes, he thinks about Machu Picchu, at least finally giving us some time to talk about a turn. So he thinks about taking Machu Picchu. That would work really nicely with his iron. This problem is corruption, of course, as you often have with Moses.
There's so much food.
Yeah, classic Moses. And also seems like we have the fans of Deluxe in the chat already. We had a big fan community in the last tournament that carried him through those rough matches. But let's see if it's gonna work for this this tournament as well. If you can manage to do that. Okay, and khyung eats that corruption apparently, or doesn't.
No,
Still thinking.
not quite
3.5
decided
turn.
yet.
He wants to go for irrigation. I think you have enough food, right?
For now, yeah.
So this is one reason why Moses often isn't seen as one of the better leaders.
You just
He can give you a lot of
you're just forced to use your CAs to get out of corruption.
yeah. And then you have so much free population that you can't use, and you can't take. Like you really wanted to take that Machu Picchu, but couldn't.
Yep.
So Deluxe, clean turn, taking Code of Laws, finishing St. Peter's Basilica. He also has a lot of food, but yeah, he doesn't have corruption like this. Alternatively, you could go for Monarchy instead of the Code of Laws.
Mm-hmm.
Get extra military action.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice there, to go Code of Laws over Monarchy.
Yeah, definitely. That's always something. I mean, with Monarchy, you can't really go for Constitutional Monarchy or Republic. So with Code of Laws, you keep yourself options for H2 government forms. So pretty interesting that he values cartography more than monarchy. Oh, and khyung plays something. And I mean, he can lose food, no problem.
Yeah. Could be helpful, almost.
He wants to go for even more warriors. I often see khyung stuck with a lot of warriors. I guess in this position with Moses, he uses that mostly to get out of corruption.
Right.
And with that extra military action from the Colosseum, it might be okay. Yeah, but he's really struggling with his the rest of his production. Besides the iron, of course.
Yeah.
I guess what he mostly would like now is a wonder, so he can use those resources without having to spend science, because he's at 2 science production, only 2 in the bank. He went for cartography even. And that is a lot of science that you spend without getting anything where you can put your population. So wonders can be amazing to work with that.
Did khyung put he put one colony in, it looks like?
Yeah, 1 colony and
he's gonna lose Moses now too, right?
Being stuck with Moses for the whole game, I don't know. There must have been some better leader that he could have gone for at some point.
Yeah.
And the Lux with all of the territories in his own hand.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to play those, but 2 heads also don't seem like a good thing to play at the moment for him. But being stronger, you probably want to play something. Yeah, okay, he decides to go for those territories. And the Dark Ages do nothing.
Yeah, so khyung, does he want Isabella here?
I guess he gets him for 1 if Deluxe goes with this plan. So I think, yeah, Isabella getting some extra resources, but I mean, you have 3 iron in khyung's position.
Yeah.
So, not totally sure.
If you know the extra territories are going in, might make it more interesting to take her.
Yeah. Interesting that Deluxe uses Saladin just for strength. I don't think he's taken. I think he's taken selection once, right?
So I don't think he did actually.
I think in the first turn he did because it was still HA events, but I might be mistaken. But yeah, not the best way that you want to use Saladin, I think.
Yeah, it seems a little. I might, if I was playing, I might think it's a little more okay because I did get my 5th CA out, so maybe it's worth
Yeah,
it.
that's true. So like this, maybe khyung shouldn't take Isabella. Go for knights. He can build one. He's really having problems with happy faces now, so that bread and circus might come in handy. But of course, then he has problems with his food production.
Yeah, ironically.
And goes for even more warriors. Still gives him corruption. Tough turn. I don't know if I would go for Isabella. I mean, 2 selections for 1 resource production where you have 6. Like, yeah, go for that.
Yeah.
Upgrade 1. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, I think you found a better play. Upgrading science production. Very, very early scientific method, so that's gonna pay off a lot in H2. Uncertain borders, I think he's looking mostly at that, right? If uncertain borders come out in the next politics phase, he's gonna regret playing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of tricky. If he takes anything before a scientific method, then he will lose scientific method.
Oh yeah.
Unless he just takes it. Yep. That's rough.
Yeah, really struggling with that turn. I don't think you take Isabella here. I mean, yeah, she gives you something, especially for the colony, but you only put in 1 colony. You have that cartography.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, in this spot, it doesn't seem worth it.
Okay, interesting. Doesn't go for the scientific method this turn. Doesn't want corruption.
Yeah, what did he do instead? He increased population? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that bread and circus will come in handy. And okay, the Lux playing those reds and getting the uncertain borders. I don't think khyung is happy about that.
No. But I guess he protected himself a little bit by increasing population there, because at least, well, no, it wouldn't have mattered. He would have still been able to increase it. So yeah, that doesn't matter.
Finally, the Lux can go for that selection.
Yep.
Taking a lot of yellow cards into his hand, and for that you need a lot of selections as well. So that is a good choice, I think. So this turn, khyung has to upgrade both of his scientific methods, I think, right?
He's thinking.
Dancing around a little bit with his overview.
Yeah.
Interesting. Newton.
Ooh, nice.
I don't think so.
I mean, it would be good for him. Give him some CAs, help with his science, but it's expensive right now.
Yeah, 3 civilization. I don't think you go for that. Deluxe doesn't have alchemy. He doesn't get scientific method, so he can't go for Newton. So next turn you get Newton for 1 civilization, so that has to be better. So he wants to go for Republic and modernization efficiente. So efficient upgrade, I would say.
Seems like it.
Okay, I think that's not a bad turn. Getting 6 science production. Next turn you get Newton. You have Republic in hand for the turn after that. So his production is looking solid. Once he goes for food upgrade as well, but he has irrigation in hand, so no staying at 2 agriculture for the whole game.
Have we seen Rebellion?
I was thinking about that as well. I think I saw immigration, right? But no rebellion. I might be mistaken. Sadly, we can't look at the decks. Yeah, it's also pretty interesting that Deluxe completely ignores the scientific method.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be stuck at 3 science for now, and then It's going to go down to 2 signs after H2 is over because Rome Roads will be producing culture. So that breakthrough that he's thinking about looks pretty good. So he has breakthrough in hand, cultural heritage. So that is a little bit of science. I guess he's taking constitutional monarchy to go for a revolution, mostly.
Yeah, that would make sense. And he'll be in a pretty good spot to grab yellows once he gets that down.
And tactics, Lux has 2 already, Napoleonic and fortifications. And Khyung wasn't that lucky yet. And I think he's playing too fast. Why would you grab the railroad here? Just for the strength? You don't really need the production at the moment. Go for Newton, he's going to give you a lot of civil actions and science production.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
I think he played this too fast. He could have gone for Newton, maybe upgrade his irrigation this turn, and then next turn go for Republic. So what leader does he want to go for? He still doesn't have a leader. He had Moses, and H2 is almost over, and didn't have an H1 leader, and now his time is running out to get an H2 leader. Can't really go for what, so I guess maybe Catherine can be good with that Republic.
Wow.
Oh, and the Lux going for that revolution, really strong turn.
Mm-hmm.
Putting that free population into the knight seems like a pretty strong move.
Yeah, he was able to revolt and still avoid the corruption. It's nice.
Territory, yeah, looks like Khyung wins that easily. I mean, he doesn't need the resources, that's for sure, but I guess he's going to take them. Can finish that railroad this turn, get some strength back.
And I think that's inhabited next, right?
I think historic, right? I think it should be historic territory.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, you have to go for Republic now, I think. That gives you 3 extra selections for this turn. You can still go for the Britain Circus. Would you agree with not going for the Republic here? I think that has to come out.
I would think he would go for it. Yeah. I mean,
you have strategy as well, then you don't have problems with military actions.
Yeah, you have the science for it. I mean, Bach, interesting.
Nah, this turn isn't right. You go for Republic, you go for strategy, maybe Catherine. Go for 1 Berlin Circus, maybe finish the railroad. You have to spend resources. You need civil actions. I think. Why isn't he even considering Republic?
Yeah, it's interesting.
The big downside of Republic is military actions, but you have strategy lying around for 1.
Yep.
And you have Colosseum already, and you could take Catherine if you're really worried about military actions.
Huh. He has something in mind, maybe.
Yeah, seems like it.
We don't know what that is.
I mean, you could say that you're not going to win this game with culture production because you're behind so much. But you have a nice economy, so you could go. Maybe thinks Republic doesn't give enough military actions to go for wars in the end. So maybe he's hoping to get fundamentalism or communism.
When did he grab Republic, though? Fairly recently, right?
I think 2 turns ago, 1 turn ago, maybe something like that.
It doesn't feel like he's that far behind, though. I mean, not that far behind in culture. He could have almost caught up on actions in that turn.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I would also gone for the Republic, definitely. Lux is at 3 cultural action. You can easily overtake that with the way better resource production. I mean, he has 19 resources just lying around that can easily be 2 operas or something. With Catherine, you would have gotten 2 cultural production already.
Mm-hmm.
There's Tauric territory. That's gonna help him, right?
Yep.
Oh. He didn't even bid any of his colonization cards. I guess he's afraid of aggressions, but definitely would have been at least the smaller, like the H1 colonization card. You're gonna lose that soon anyway.
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna lose it before he's able to do an aggression.
Still doesn't go for Republic. I mean, at least he's consistent. Going for Republic this turn would make absolutely no sense.
Oh, that's fast.
Okay, finally draws a tactic. Finally draws Hussars. And he has cavalry in hand, so that's a really good draw.
He has, yeah, a lot of science and a lot of resources. So yeah, saving it up.
But it's also going to be really hard to go for any military against Deluxe with a Napoleonic army in A build, strategy in hand, a lot of military actions.
Yeah.
Guess he's also going to lose Saladin. Oh, goes for war here.
Oh,
thinks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got excited for a second.
Reds. Okay. I mean, Deluxe is definitely running out of food. So those reds not really helping, but getting Revolutionary Idea, I mean, this is a great card row, right? You get Revolutionary Idea and Breakthrough for one, Patriotism and Frugality. I mean, this is perfect with how many selections he has.
Yeah.
And then you probably start looking at H3 leaders. I don't think... Are there a lot of leaders left from H2? See Gaudi, but he will be gone next turn for Deluxe.
Yeah.
And Nobel, okay, they were waiting for Nobel. But again, khyung, can he take Nobel for 3 civil actions? And if he doesn't, Deluxe gets him. And also, he doesn't really need the science production.
Yeah, Nobel's really not that interesting for him.
Another historic territory. Okay, send away the whole army. You can rebuild the cavalryman. Interesting.
Oh. Deluxe passes.
Deluxe learning from my recent international tournament to play. We don't bid for those. It's way too early. I mean, khyung also doesn't have any population, so how does he rebuild those?
Right.
Is Deluxe set up for good war next turn? He can, I mean, his problem is population as well. But maybe with Frugality get 1 or 2 out. Definitely go for one more cannon, and then you have a big war coming from him. Especially if he gets Nobel as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what does khyung need to happen here?
I think he needed that Republic 2 turns ago.
In strategy.
Now he probably needs a really, really early H3 government.
Yeah.
I don't know if democracy will be enough. Maybe. Like an early democracy and then you're in a good spot maybe. But going into H3 with despotism and no extra civil elections, no code of laws, nothing.
Yeah, that's really hard.
It's that, I think.
I mean, he's really not that far behind.
Yeah.
He has a lot of things going for him if he can just fix a few things, right?
Especially civil actions. So, I mean, with 3 iron and railroad at 8 resource production against 3, and a lot of science production as well. He's not only his production is looking so great, but he has had like 15 and more resources just sitting around for such a long time, and because he's struggling with civil actions, so that's where Republic would have come in handy. And there's fundamentalism. Really gonna be interested if the Lux takes that away.
Yeah.
I mean, Deluxe has 2 wars in hand. He could go for the aggression. Or I could go for one of those wars, like War over Territory can really, really hurt khyung. And just build another cannon that's 10 strength, right?
Yep.
And khyung can't defend against 30 strength war.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
And with Nobel, he even gets 2 more, so yeah, he hovers over that wall, clears it. Let's see if he pulls back again. But I think this time, even with strategy, yeah, this
Whew.
is even the food with the reserves.
He just has everything he needs.
Yeah. $35. That's a lot of strength, definitely.
Yeah.
And yeah, he has corruption. Maybe he doesn't increase with frugality. Yeah, I guess he's just trying to find a way to not have corruption. Not using frugality would do that, but then the next population is gonna take a while. So it looks like he's just gonna eat that corruption.
Yeah. And he gets the engineering genius. I was just thinking about the Louvre and his production, but then there's another yellow there to help him.
I mean, with the fundamentalism, maybe khyung can defend a little bit. Oh, and that territory would be good for him. But Deluxe has a free swordsman, I think, from his tactics. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. It doesn't hurt him that much. That is really, really good for him. But yeah, I think in khyung's position, you have to go for fundamentalism now. Finally get some more civil actions, military actions, strength to defend. Go for those hussars.
Yep. Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in.
Definitely.
That vast territory certainly would have helped here.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. He could have gone for... I mean, he has the military actions to go for... or the resources to go for 3 more cavalrymen than with hussars. That is a lot of strength. If he has the room to also go for fundamentalism, for the military actions, everything. I mean, with 24 resources in hand, you can pull off quite a lot of defenses. So I really would have loved to see him get that vast territory, regain that population. And yeah, King is looking a little bit lost, right? Now he finally decides he wants to play something.
There's the fundamentalism.
Yeah, go for hussars, play the tactic 25.
He can actually win this.
Actually win the war. When delete the warrior, put them into the knights.
Yeah.
I think that's a good... No.
Oh, Bill Gates.
Don't do that. I mean, if you delete 2 iron and the warrior, put everything into cavalrymen, go for the hussars, you win that war. I mean, yeah, Bill Gates this early is also going to be really, really strong. But he has resource production already. I think if he wins this war... So yeah, I was really surprised by that defense. But I think it could have been better to defend completely, right? And the economic growth is coming up, so Bill Gates is going to give a lot of resources, but it's not like khyung is missing those resources at all. So the Lux taking 2 engineering geniuses, so that Louvre will be very, very cheap for him. But yeah, with those 3 resource protection from the bronze, at some point that really shows a lot of problems. Because you can't really defend. You need to take all of the reserves that you can. Now that Khyung has a lot of selections as well.
Well,
I mean, 30 resources.
30 resources.
That is a lot. Maybe go for computers this turn. I mean, or you go for another scientific method.
He has the resources, but doesn't really have the people.
I mean, it can increase once. I mean, going for computers with Bill Gates, I don't hate it. It's definitely okay. I mean, he has enough resources anyway, but with the fundamentalism, you lose 2 science production, and 4 is not that much, so those computers gonna help. But I don't really. Yeah, why doesn't he want to increase population in this place?
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to saving it for something, but why destroy the iron then?
Yeah, why destroy the iron? Why not? I mean, I would maybe even put the free population into the computers immediately. Oh yeah, maybe going for that 4th cavalryman can also be fine.
In movies.
Why doesn't he want to increase population? I don't really see a reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he's thinking about this turn still. Decides to try out the civil service again. I mean, maybe that just like this, increase population, put that into the scientific method.
Yeah.
It's also fine. You have to spend some resources here.
Yeah.
The 30 and yeah, this doesn't look bad. And then increase population, put that into scientific method. Should put you out of corruption, give you even more resource protection. Yeah, fine.
There you go.
Took quite a lot of his turn, but he did manage to see that increase of population as a good thing. So it's not looking bad for him. He has enough resources to go for a wonder.
Yep.
And another territory.
Strategic. And that there is inhabited in there also, right? It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Khyung wins that. I mean, I think this might be a close finish, actually. I mean, Khyung's not producing any culture, but with movies in hand, he can't go for that, sadly. That is one problem he has for next turn. And his population is still not looking great. I guess he doesn't need the second Bread and Circus, so he could just just delete that and put that somewhere. Looking at Deluxe.
Having some issues with those resources now.
Yeah. I guess reserves should help. So he's gotten vast territory, but no source of yellow cubes. I guess he has the wrong road, so... But the problem with the Louvre always is that you're missing those yellow cubes and run into corruption quite easily, especially with iron. Sorry, with bronze.
Yep. Have we seen mechanized agriculture? Did that already come through?
I don't think so, right?
I don't think so.
We've seen that yet.
It's getting late, though.
Oh, democracy this turn. Up to 13 culture production.
Hmm.
You have to worry about military a little bit. But I mean, democracy isn't bad. The question is, he doesn't have a lot of science production. So how do you spend that science on the democracy when you already have Conmon?
Yeah, that's tough. I probably wouldn't in this situation. All right. He did finish the Louvre.
Yeah, now he's pulling ahead with the culture. So Khyung has to find a way. He's at 0 culture production. I would inhabit it as well. And he didn't pay a lot for that last territory. So this is territory play in the end. Really, really working out for him.
Yeah, he needed that.
2 free population can rebuild those cavalrymen. Okay, computers. Yeah, he just put in impact of technology, right? So that doesn't seem bad. Finally can spend most of his resources. I don't think you delete that iron though. That gives you 4 resource production, right? So
Right.
I think I would delete that.
And he just built
it stronger.
Yeah, he built a cavalryman with it, right?
So Khyung has some nice impacts. He has impact of technology in there. He has impact of science in hand. Happy faces, maybe, and then balance could also be good. But yeah, I don't think you delete iron. If you want to go for that cavalryman, you delete the bread and circus. You don't need happy faces.
Yep, that would make more sense, I think.
Oh, and my project's still in there. Khyung. A nice science production, and then man project can be quite strong. And Deluxe again going for Gandhi here. I think he pulled something with Gandhi off last tournament as well.
Mm-hmm.
Going down to 2 science production. Okay. I mean, there's impact of technology in there. Of course, he doesn't know that, but he doesn't have a bad setup for that with 20 science in hand and revolutionary idea. So that might not even be that amazing for Khyung. Probably still better than for Deluxe. So that impact is going to be good for him. But Deluxe is producing 12 culture every turn, and Khyung still at 0, I think.
Still at 0, yep. Yeah, war is going to be tough. So what does Khyung do? He needs a good wonder and some good impacts. I don't know.
And maybe you can still go for wars. But yeah, I mean, air forces. You can grab away the air forces, maybe go for Manhattan Project as Khyung here. Clear that war. Finish Manhattan Project. Oh, he has hybrid war in hand. That changes stuff, so he can go for another cavalryman. It's getting exciting. If he can pull that off, I guess we have to see what he can do.
He has the air forces too.
He doesn't. Oh, he has them in hand already. Okay, goes for 1 and 2.
He can't though.
Yeah, only 1. I think Manhattan Project still is more, right? Take project and finish it.
Yeah.
And the problem is, Deluxe has patriotism and reserves in hand, as well as the 6 resources from the Louvre, so he can go for 2 air forces, and yeah, then no chance really.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like that's gonna work.
Yeah. Okay, tries my project. Needs reserves for that. It would put him at 54, but that's not enough. 54.
No.
He has to see that he can't win that war. Yeah, just a little bit of counting. You can't take air forces, and each air force is doubling the Napoleonic army. So each air force is 12 strength. So even one would be enough. So yeah, no way that he can win that. And yeah, he looks at the impacts now. So really nicely defended by Deluxe. With that nice culture reduction. That's often something you just have to do, just defend against those wars. Garnet, great choice with the patriotism in hand as well.
Yep.
But is he going for the war still? I thought we decided that that doesn't work.
I think we did. Just trying to find some way to make it work.
Yeah. I guess he also sees the problem that without it, it's going to be really, really hard.
Yeah.
And you can try it, of course. He has some time left, but yeah, like this, it's not going to be enough. 54. No way that's enough. So just play Input of Science. That's 10 culture for you. 3 because you're playing it. So it's still going to be hard. It's maybe going to be impossible. Next turn is going to be your last. I mean, you can still take the Manhattan Project this turn for the culture. Yeah, play that Input of Science. So he sees that was not an option.
That's good. And internet would actually be better here, wouldn't it, for him? I guess it depends if he wants to try to be stronger.
And I mean, that impact of colonies is going to be really, really strong. Internet Manhattan Project is 13. How much was internet?
17.
17, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have engineering, so that's going to be more steps. It
Yeah.
looks like he wants to be stronger. Like this, what are you going to do next turn? You can't go for computer, can't go for another computer, can't go for another movies. I mean, some more resources would have been amazing this turn, so I think deleting that iron, that would have given him more resources.
I think he could go for computers, I think.
Oh, right, he's exactly 11 resources.
Oh, Deluxe Impact of Culture is nice for him.
It's really nice, but with the impact of colonies, it's getting a little closer here. It looks like Deluxe also wants to make super duper sure that no aggressions are gonna come. Goes for that Air Force. Maybe he would be so kind and look at the impacts that he knows of.
Yeah. Well, we know technology is in there. Or I think we do.
Yeah, and he decides not to go for a revolutionary idea and mechanized agriculture, so that's gonna hurt him for culture. But, yeah, so goes for religion instead. That can also be quite good for the impacts. So science and technology are gonna be really good for Khyung. Does he have anything else that will be nice? Also, problem is if you play an event now and it's a bit of technology before you get out 2 more technologies, that really, really hurts you. So I don't think you play anything here.
Yeah, none of them are that good. Can almost get that tank.
Yeah, almost. That would have been perfect. I mean, still go for that, right? It's giving you 2 more culture from from the Colosseum, so that's better than.
Yeah, he put it in the movie. Movies, I guess, gives one more culture than the computers would.
Yeah.
So if you did the tanks, I guess it would be one more overall.
I mean, you go for tanks instead of the Air Force, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's 2 more culture for him.
Yep.
No, don't play anything here, Khyung. That is too much risk, I think. I mean, it's 1/4 that the bit of technology comes out, but that's
it's worth it. Okay, good.
So, I mean, maybe that's a good call.
I mean, you have to take the risk, right?
Yeah, maybe. And he also gets the Nobel Prize, so this could be really, really close ending. I mean, there is input of culture. That's going to be 10 for deluxe. So I think might be really, really close finish.
He's going to start 8 points down. No, 10 points down. No, he won't, because Nobel Prize comes in later. 6 down. All right.
Also really, really close, but a bit of culture first, yeah.
92. Happiness, he'll get 2. Wonders. Tech, it's 12.
And then Bill Gates gonna come in.
Oh my god. Oh. Sorry. I just lost it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. That is crazy. I didn't think he could pull it off, but
oh my goodness.
Yeah. Very close game. What is he writing? Unable to.
Sorry, are
you okay?
Holy moly. DJParson, what just happened there?
I think Bill Gates happened. Bill Gates. And that those impacts, they were really, really good for him, especially technology 20 from that. That is
wow.
Quite heavy.
Well,
I didn't expect that at all, but I think iron showing its strength mostly. Iron really, really paying off. And yeah, doing it without the war, I didn't think it would be possible, but Khyung showing us that he was able to do that.
He sure did. Whew. Well, I don't know what else to say about that. That was really interesting to watch. I mean, we just were made a fool through the whole thing.
Yeah, he had a plan all along.
He did. Basically, what's the plan? Take Moses. You don't need civil actions. You don't need governments. You don't need wars. You don't need to generate culture. That's all it takes to win.
just impacts and Bill Gates.
Yep, that's right.
So yeah, that means that Hannes is gonna face off against Khyung next. But I think we're gonna jump to the top bracket for the next game.
Let's see. So let's plug the results in and just let everybody know how things are going right now. So let's see if I got some results shared with me. Does someone know the score of this one, where it ended offhand?
Come on, chat. You guys know everything. What was the final score?
Thank you, Sid. It's amazing.
Yeah, chat knows everything.
Oh, wrong way. Sorry, I almost had you win, Deluxe.
You would have hated that, I think. And all the fanboys in the chat as well.
All right. And it looks like... So I know, I don't have the scores yet, but I know Raced won.
Raced won? Oh.
Raced won.
Maybe Stasi or Kmaku or... Kmeiku, however we call him. Maybe he's coming to chat as well. Maybe he can tell us what happened there. I mean, Waste is, it's not really surprising that he was able to win, but Kmaku is also very, very strong player.
And Hans won
So that's,
by about 20.
yeah, Hans won. A really close game there as well.
All right, so...
Oh, and Stasi, so Kmaku is in the chat. He lost. He says he lost because he didn't draw a single war. So...
Yep. And
definitely a very interesting game that we missed, that maybe Waste will upload to his YouTube, I think, right?
Yeah, we'll find the best way to share that for sure. And I don't know actually the results of the other one yet, but they're just finishing up actually. So we'll let them finish. We're going to collect ourselves, get ready for the next one, and I think, right? We'll be back in just a minute, or is there anything else we want to do right now?
I don't think so. Grab a snack, guys. Grab something to drink, and next game should be amazing as well.
Yes, great. So we'll see you soon.